Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. We messed some Skaven up pretty badly at the end of the last episode, but now we basically just have 20 units of Sea Guard standing in a forest supported by some ballistas and dragons, and hopefully that'll be enough to withstand the counterattack. Although, like I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they decided not to counterattack us and just, burn down Highvale. Alright, Lizardmen have spawned an intervention army. I expect the Dark Elves... Okay, I was going to say I expect the Dark Elves will spawn one within the next couple of turns, but okay, right away, that works too. The good news is that these intervention armies are not allied with anybody, and so we'll get to take them on one at a time, which means that Alistair should be more than sufficient, combined with the garrison of Lothern, obviously. But we might see some collateral damage in the form of the smaller settlements over there getting hit. Let's see what we got. Right, because he's going to siege this, and then this army is going to wander over, to the tower and probably burn it down before we can do anything about it. Man, straight to the combat, huh? Yeah, the thing is... I mean... honestly, this army is largely... we have walls. This army is largely cavalry. We should actually be able to do some work here, I would think. We'd better manual it. Let's just try to do as much damage as we can. I think that Lizardmen benefit from a little bit of bad auto-resolve calculation. Maybe broken is a harsh way to put it. But I think that the auto-resolve calculation generally overvalues Lizardman units in the same way that it undervalues Skaven units. So we might do a little bit better than predicted here. I'll say this, I don't think we have any hope of killing any of these. But the Tower of Lycian has proper walls. We should have some good projectiles. We should be able to do some real damage. I'm not sure how armored the Cold One Riders are. Kroxigors are tough, although Kroxigors as monstrous infantry cannot climb ladders. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna hit the walls, or they're gonna hit the gates rather. They're probably not gonna worry too much about taking the walls from us, but we can do some good damage to them from the walls. We have spears, so we can probably do some good damage to these cavalry units. Yeah, they're just gonna hit the walls with their Kroxigors and stuff, and there's not a lot we can do about that. Also, chameleon skinks, should they get close enough to the wall to fire on us, will be easy to heavily damage with our archers, because these guys are basically not armored at all. Temple Guard are tough. These will be tough when we're actually fighting them in melee. And then giant solar cannons are always a concern. Alright, so let's figure this out. Okay, you are in the tower thing. Alright, we are in all of the tower boxes. Oh no, we're not in all of them. Definitely want to make sure all of the towers are active.
It shall be done. Loyal.
We should probably have white lions on each side, though, right?
Spearman.
Let's do something like this. All right, we have archers facing forward here, archers facing forward here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this will have to do. Where are the Kroxigors at? Both units of Kroxigors are on this side. That tells me that they intend to break this gate.
Orders received.
So let's have these two over here.
Illyrian archers.
Keep those guys in skirmish mode. You guys here, so that just in case I've guessed wrong, we can easily turn around and face the other direction. There we go. We have an eagle that I almost can't be meaningful. I suppose the thing this eagle is for is harassing chameleon skinks, maybe? It's gonna get completely annihilated in a fight with anything else. Man, it is, there we go. Tough to get the blocks to draw inside these tiny spaces. Alright, let's focus on the Croxagores with the towers as best we can. Here, I guess the cavalry over the big dinosaurs. I don't know that we're gonna be able to do meaningful damage to the big dinosaurs is my only concern. Alright. Make it rain. Yeah, unfortunately we can't even really just descend on these guys because the eagle will immediately get charged by raptors. And he will lose that fight badly. He certainly can't ride out and attack their siege gear because a Bastiladon will totally own him. Well, we're getting some good damage dealt here. Man, these guys are armored well. Poor Eagle just really has no place in this battle. He can, at the very least, I guess, harass the chameleon skinks that get up to the top of the walls. Yeah, our walls, our gates are probably not going to hold for too long. It's going to be a tough one. We're doing some good damage, though. I don't know if he's even going to be able to stand against these guys for very long. Alright, charge in, charge out. This gate's holding for the moment. Oh, jeez. This is bad. Those are very large dinosaurs. Oh, man, that is an entire horse that just went flying through the air like that. Guess try to focus on the Croxagores. Get out of there. Oh, no, that wasn't a horseback troop. That's our noble, who is completely useless. Single-figure characters do not fight dinosaurs very well. You guys need to turn around. Where's that eagle? Oh, we've done some good damage over here. Let's have the eagle hit the Croxagores in the back, I guess? I don't know how much use they're going to be against anything that's happening here. Yeah, we're going to lose control of the city center pretty easily. Their lord running around on a massive Tyrannosaurus is going to completely wreck our missile archers. Our missile cav. Wow, really? They can hit all the way in? Wow. High elf range is not fair. It feels like cheating. Alright, you guys are doing your best over here. Temple Guard's a tough fight, though. Yeah, we're gonna lose the... We're gonna lose the city, no question. We inflicted some okay damage here, though. Yeah, I think it actually turned out maybe even better than I was hoping. We could try to put spears on this thing. I don't know that we're going to be able to do any meaningful damage, but we can try. Actually, you know what? You should probably engage here. Try to pull the eagle out and then have it re-dive. It doesn't have a huge charge bonus, but oh, it actually has a pretty good charge bonus. Never mind. I'm just trying to get that morale penalty from being charged in the flank again. Yeah. There's not a lot we can do about that. I think the best thing we could possibly do here is carve off some of the weaker elements of their army. There's no way we're peeling all of these guys out of the city center. Will they get down off the walls automatically, or do I have to order them down off the walls first? I probably have to. Alright, well, you know what? Let's focus on this dinosaur. If we can kill one of these stegodons, that would be cool. Man, look at him charge. Okay. Dealt with. Alright. Yeah, I know my stronghold's in danger. You don't have to tell me.
Understood.
The thing is, there's nothing I can do about it.
Tyrion. Archers. Acknowledged. We will obey.
We're doing some pretty good damage to this dinosaur. I don't think it should be too hard to deal with this army now.
White lions. To battle.
Yeah, we've done some good solid damage here.
As you say. Pull back.
Unfortunately, I don't think that dinosaur will be weak enough for it to be removed from the army or anything, but it's a start. Man, look at that range. Completely nuts.
Lacoy. Without question. Forward.
Give him the spears. It's actually pretty impressive how long our troops are holding here. Given that we completely lost control of the city immediately, and about half of our force is actually dead. Probably well over half of our force. Fewer than half of our units, but well over half of the figures in those units. Yeah, not bad. We actually caused more casualties than they did. Well, I'm glad we got the Tower of Lycian built back up and re-walled and stuff. I think the damage that we did there was well worth it. Alright, so the intervention army that is sieging Lothern should be trivial to defeat between Lothern's very large and impressive garrison and Alistair's army. And then Alistair should be able to ride out and crush those lizard men as well. And that, I believe, is all of the intervention armies we should see. I don't think that the other factions get to summon a new one after the next wave of ritual armies or anything. So then it really is just a matter of holding on. We should probably not be in fast forward during unknown Skaven clan's turn. Oh, they ambushed us. I forgot that they could do this. Skaven can ambush on attack. We should probably do this manually. It's likely that we'll lose both of these armies. Likely. There's a chance. There's a solid chance that we will lose both of these armies. That will suck. But we've completely broken the first wave of the ritual, and while it's expensive to build back up, we should be able to do it, and it shouldn't take us anywhere near 10 turns. In fact, we even have a high-level general waiting in the wings to be reassigned to command, so... So we're going to start the battle in an unfavorable position. But our rear guard is probably going to be a dragon, and most of our troops are capable of being both melee combatants and ranged fighters. So actually, I don't even think that us being ambushed is going to be that big of a deal. Man, it sure does start the camera in a bad position, though. Okay, so let's try to form these guys up as quickly as possible. So I don't want them to go very far. And we'll pull 2 units of Sea Guard back to play defense for them immediately. The dragon... Okay, this is the AoE explosion dragon, so he'll be useful here. And I'm not really sure what their army is made of. They do have catapults we'll have to deal with. That might be what the dragon does. If warp fire throwers, sword and shield storm vermin are probably the most dangerous unit in the Skaven army against our troop composition. Okay. Well, we have a maxed out dwellers below. That should mess up those Skaven unit clumps pretty easily. Oh, we're going to have to keep units on the bolt throwers as well. I kind of forgot about that, but... That's something that'll be necessary because the Skaven have the ability to... not all of their troops are visible. Some of them are underground waiting for the signal. So let's try to fall back. We'll try to form up over here. Everybody who's not on horseback needs to just get back here. I don't know what we're going to do with this chariot. So this is a melee chariot. We really wanted, I guess, to just back way off. Maybe wheel all the way around to the side here. Yeah. And ambushes, you're allowed to bring reinforcements. We're going to have to deal with those catapults pretty quickly, but we might want to drop a little fire breath on their reinforcements first. Wait a second. This seems like an opportunity. Alright, yeah, just fire at will. We probably want to not be... I've grouped us up pretty tightly here, but that's actually a really bad idea, because they have catapults. Come on, shoot your fire breath. Holy crap. Holy crap. Dragon, run! Globe throwers, man. Oh no, these are just poison gutter runners. Alright. Get over there and make that happen. Alright, let's give some more specific commands here. First of all, charge these death runners. Secondly, you guys go into melee mode and have at them. And let's start getting some spells down. Where? Right here. Dwellers below. I'm not going to overcast it, because we're going to need to do a lot of casting. And also, I don't want it to fail and cause an explosion. Alright, these sword and shield storm vermin are the most dangerous enemies. But maybe we don't want to focus on them first. I think probably the first thing I want to do is shoot at, like, plague monks. Plague monks are not great at taking damage. They're good damage dealers. They're not great at taking it. You guys go into melee mode. Just try to hold. So these dudes are quite a bit more elite than our units are, but our units have the benefit of being massively leveled up. I guess their units are also rank 8. Never mind. Alright, wow, yeah, Jesus, there's so many of them. Wow, that Bow of the Seafarer attack is crazy! Let's ride a little bit more into the enemy formation and cause some discord. Yeah, this army is going to get crushed, dude. My chariot dead already? Oh no, somehow it managed to charge all the way through their formation. That's pretty impressive. Don't you let them get away. My troops have uncovered additional hidden foes. Okay, well they're down to 3 catapults now. Those units start with 4, so that's good. We did something. We might be able to take that guy down. We need to do more casting. So first of all, Arcane Conduit for sure. Sword of Antiheroes, not particularly relevant. Keep this Book of Hoeth rolling. Let's drop another Dwellers Below right here. Getting some decent fire out of our artillery. Yeah, look at that. It's really doing some work. That is a lot of damage. Hit the ranged units. Yo, breathe fire does not mean stop doing everything else. We need Earthblood. Let's try to withdraw her, see if we can get her out. She might have gotten a little too surrounded, unfortunately. Okay, we really, really need another Dwellers Below. My units are starting to give up. Is the dragon actually doing the dragon thing? Yes, it is eating. Good. I mean, we're doing damage.
What orders? It is done. Understood. I go then.
Come on. I just need one more Winds of Magic. Gotta get this Dwellers Below down. We will really, really mess up the,
Orders.
What are you doing? There we go.
Siphon, hear me.
Jeez, look at them all. They're trying to move out of it a little bit. Wow, that's doing a lot of damage. Okay. We were defeated, but we did a lot of damage there. We killed almost as many of them as they did of us, which is pretty impressive considering they brought 3 times as many troops as we did. And unfortunately, now the other army will fall pretty much the same way. Probably it would have been wise for us to focus a little bit more carefully on leaving our armies places to run. Oh, they weren't destroyed. They will be in a second here, in the second attack. I might end up doing it manually, though. Well, they got the ambush again. Ah, you know what? There's no point. They've got to be low on movement. We might be able to, like, flee to Tor Anrock. Yeah, okay, they changed stance to march. So they're going to head toward Lothern. They will raise everything on the way, though. Okay, White Peak is doomed because it doesn't even have walls. Okay, they're splitting up. That's good for us. We can start moving our armies from the other cities immediately. Aw, my Razor Banner was stolen. Oh no, Enaril actually was killed. That's a shame.
Defender of the Asir.
Okay, so how do we want to handle this?
We march on.
If I go into March mode, I can't get to the Eagle Gate because I'll be stopped by their circle of influence. I guess I go to the Griffin Gate and then through?
Taking up residence.
We'll spend one turn in the Griffin Gate, getting that replenishment. And actually, Kiriella's army's in pretty good shape.
Champion of the Ever Queen. I never die.
Alright, he's going to get in the water immediately.
I offer assistance. We march on.
Honestly, it's probably better for her to just stay on land.
Best.
I serve the king.
He's actually not level 20 yet. Boy, it sure would suck to lose him at this point.
For order. The
Yeah, this should be pretty straightforward, though. We just get twice as many troops as they do.
We are awful and triumphant. Knowledge is power.
That'll be the last one of those.
Highborn.
And we can... Yeah. I can hit that army this turn. But maybe I don't even want to. Maybe I just sit here. Because I think now that Lothern's not under siege anymore, I think they'll come straight for it. So probably what we do is we just sit here and take replenishment. Let them come to us, kill them here, and that way we're in the best possible position for fighting the Skaven. So what's going to happen this turn? They're going to kill White Peak. They might be able to take the Eagle Gate. I'm not actually sure of that. Probably this is money wasted. So let's not bother with that. I'm not going to bother starting to build walls in White Peak, because White Peak will be dead before it can enjoy its walls.
Isha bless you.
Alright, we do need to start building up another army. So we have Arduval, who's a fine lord.
The grace given forth.
Let's see. It's going to be largely Skaven that we're fighting at this point. So Phoenix Guard probably aren't the way to go.
I serve the king.
Right, like, what's the difference? Phoenix Guard have actually considerably higher melee defense, but a lot lower melee attack than Swordmasters. I think we're better off going for more Swordmasters against the Skaven force. Yeah, let's do that. Oh wait, what's his traits? He likes Sea Guard. Well, he should recruit Sea Guard. It shouldn't be all Sea Guard. Let's have some Swordmasters, because they're great, but... Oh, he should have a dragon, too. So we probably want to free up one of our slots and start bringing on a dragon. Alright. I think that's all we can really do. White Peak's dead. Torse the Thigh's probably dead. But we might be able to stop them from doing too much more damage than taking out these three. Hopefully. Also, this would be a really good time for the Dark Elves to just stay the hell out of my business. But obviously we have to watch them because they cannot be trusted to do that. Okay, alright, they gave up remarkably quickly. So he'll come back toward Lothern. He actually might attack the new guy. Nope, he's just going to sit there. That looks like it might be within reinforcement range of Lothern, actually. Even if it's not, Alistair's army is going to be back at almost full health here, so this should be pretty straightforward. I don't know where the hell these guys are going. Just skipping right past these Dark Elf settlements? I wish that my allies would prefer targets that aren't also my allies. Although I guess that's right, the pirates are not my allies. They're just sort of loose acquaintances. Alright, let's see what these guys do. Oh, the army that's attacking the Eagle Gate definitely cannot take the Eagle Gate. I mean, with this amount of backup, it could. Well, this looks like it's going to go in our favor. I'm not going to fight this manually, because I don't actually care. A decisive defeat. What? Wow. You know, this is not the first time this has happened, but that is... Alright, that is completely insane. And unfortunately, that stack actually can take White Peak. Well, the good news is that the Eagle Gate has almost no strategic value. They really, they have not accomplished anything by taking that down. And them devoting 2 armies to it means that we are more likely to be able to hold on to more of our territory. Alright, what else do we need to learn? Range for our siege weapons, I don't know. I guess this is okay, we have some silver helms. Yeah, we've run out of really juicy techs. All the really good stuff is gone already. Alright, so I can make landfall at Tor Elier. Man, it is such a bummer how hard it is to get away from the gates. And the movement range never seems to have any effect on the AI. They get to move in and out of gate territory as quickly as they want, but... Alright, let's run right over next to her. Alright, those guys are safe.
Can I offer assistance? To war! My prowess is needed.
That was easy enough.
Take them captive.
Wow, that's a lot of loot.
My strength is rewarded.
Oh, you know what? Alistair, he's not a legendary lord. Oh no, okay, he doesn't naturally have immortality. I was gonna say, because he's special, he might actually get immortality for free the way legendary lords do, but apparently not. Okay, so I was taking him down the red line. Let's get some more Sea Guard, because apparently he really, really loves them. Artillery is a little bit less useful against Skaven, because first of all, Skaven units are fast, and they join with your units quickly. And secondly, they can call up their reinforcements directly underneath you. But I think it's still worth having. It's not so much less useful that you shouldn't bring it, I don't think.
Assyrian guides us.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we should suffer too much more in the way of losses.
Moving off.
So you're recruiting. Yeah, alright, we're ready. Oh, this would be a good time to run the Invocation of Isha. That extra replenishment rate. So they shouldn't be able to get to Toralier. Like I said, movement out of the zone around the gates is so slow. But, well, you know what? They're Skaven, though. They have access to the underground movement mode. Could be an issue. Alright, as long as it's all naval stuff and no actual units, I'm fine. You know what? We should probably, we're actually really well off on money. We should probably have our heroes start leeching influence again in case we do need to hire a new lord. Okay, the Dark Elves, yeah, they must be focused on battles with Hexoatl and stuff. They're hemorrhaging around the edges, which is great for us. Anything that keeps them away from Lothern is good. Well, let's see what these guys do. How far can they get? Okay, they're not even going to go for Torello. They're just going to head down toward Lothern. And they're going to try to do it together, it looks like. Or, actually, where are you going? Tor Anrock, I suppose. That seems strange. That army definitely cannot take Tor Anrock by itself.
Lady of Ulthorn. Moving out.
Okay, I think actually the damage is going to be quite minor.
Ready to march. Alariel's champion.
We are not going to be able to
Princess of Ulthorn.
actually hit them this turn,
If you will
unfortunately.
it. I light the way.
Let's move her a normal move distance so that we can do a little bit of recruiting here. We don't actually have much in the way of recruiting structures. Or indeed anything in the way of recruiting structures.
Tyrion, heir of an area. Following your orders. Moving out.
Well, we'll do this at least. We'll stay together. Yeah, I didn't even think about that because we've never needed them over here. Well, we certainly can start working on them.
Noble son of Ulthor, there will be carnage. Born to lead. Smash it to ruins.
Sure, immortality. Seems fine.
I await your command.
I should probably have Tyrion doing something. He could be down south assaulting enemy units with us. Yeah, let's have him go to Lothern. Well, I'm not worried at all about this. How big is this army right now? 9 horribly damaged units. Yeah. Not too worried about that. So the second wave of ritual armies, I believe, comes at the 10-turn mark. Which should be plenty of time for us to rebuild. Just nervously waiting for the 5 full stacks from Nagrons to sail out of the fog of war. Well, seems to be remarkably calm, actually, out there in the world. It's a nice change of pace. And you know, this game is not going to end up being all that much shorter than our Skrulk game, which is pretty surprising. Really? He's lightning striking us. We did an alright job there.
Wisdom is mine.
That was a strange decision. Okay, yeah, so that army's dead. This army's dead. They have nowhere to go to escape. Okay, well. Problem solved then. Also, Pack Ice Bay is repeatedly defeating a rebel army by itself. Oh good, another Pigeon Plucker pendant.
Attack! The Aether lends your strength.
I'm not sure what they were thinking.
How can I assist you?
I totally forgot to do more recruitment for this army last turn. We probably should not space on that. Honestly, he likes Sea Guards so much. Well, you know what? We should probably put a wizard or something in this army, though. Do we have a decently leveled wizard who was dismissed? No, it looks like no. These are all lords. Okay. A life mage is pretty good against Skaven. Light's not too bad. I really don't think high magic is so good. I think the passive bonus that high magic brings is fantastic. Okay, not really a lot of mind-blowing mages available. I mean, I guess I don't really know what I'd be looking for at this point. Some of this, I suppose. You know what, let's do it. Let's hire an incendiary light mage. Now, you know what, he's just gonna get murdered, though. We're facing such leveled up enemies. Let's just grab one of these guys. Okay.
Of the essence.
Let's do some damage.
Azure Princess. A wise course.
So we will want to rebuild as much as possible before the next wave,
Can I offer assistance?
if only to use the settlements as speed bumps.
A strong leader is needed. Duty is its own reward.
And I know that sounds horrible, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright,
Duty calls.
head back down here.
Mighty warrior. At your service.
He's so close to invulnerability. Yeah, sure, we'll take this. It's unique, it's interesting. I don't know that it's necessarily great, but it's interesting at least, and that's worth something. Alright, I'm gonna have him resettle the tower.
King and country. Rally
It's like he wanted to die. He ran right up into reinforcement range of both of the armies. Very
I have
strange.
need of slaves. The Kadai honor me.
Alright. Kiriella the Exterminator. She's done a lot of work this
Victory for
campaign.
Asturion.
Ever vigilant.
Alright, like I said, let's get to resettling.
A promising lieutenant.
Alright, all of your spells are maxed.
A worthy ally.
Man, we have money.
A triumph for Oathland.
Alright, Tor Enrock does have some recruitment structures. I honestly don't even know what to do with our money right now. Increase local recruitment. Oh yeah, she does need to do actual recruitment at some point here. Her army's not in the best shape it's ever been in.
Assyrians guides our hand.
We may as well grab, you know, a ton of this stuff, a ton of basic cash upgrades.
Our traditions make us strong.
Oh, that's right. We can't do this until level 5. Should definitely rebuild that. Should probably have local recruitment capacity.
I hear the Widowmaker.
Yeah, no, I guess we'll just hold on to a lot of it. Like, we have money, but we don't really have things to do with most of our money. It makes sense to do that. The Griffin Gate should be able to recruit stuff. You can recruit stuff already. Alright, I'm going to hold on to a lot of the rest of this. Who knows what weird situations we will end up in here. Alright, so we've got a few turns of rebuilding time before the next wave shows up. And I don't remember if the next wave is all Skaven again, or if it will be multiple forces. It might not, honestly, even be the same for us that it was for Skrulk, so I guess remembering might not be the most important thing to do here. Okay, the Dark Elves are going to head east to fight pirates. That's good for us. Really, the only way this could still go really wrong is if the Dark Elves chose to send armies to Ulthuan right as we hit that second wave of ritual guys. But I think at this point we're mostly done. We've got ourselves into a position where we should be able to survive the second wave. And then our final climactic battle reward is something I'm looking forward to. It should be good fun. I have no idea if it will work the same way for us that it did for the Skaven, but it was pretty fun for the Skaven. Oh, what? Okay. Money no longer an issue. I don't really care about the influence, but
Impossible.
money was the thing we could most afford to lose.
Smash it to ruin.
Get that off my screen. There we go.
Destruction. Phoenix Court.
Okay, who's this? Armandus, a random noble. Sure, get an eagle.
You silence me. The winds hearken to me.
Lethal grace given form.
Alright, I don't really know what to do now. I guess I'll send this army over to the White Tower to slow people down if... I don't know where the next phase of Skaven reinforcements is going to spawn, so... Please settle this. Let's start making good money here again.
Behold, elven beauty.
Alright, we're 8 turns off of population to level up over here. I guess that's a thing worth having.
I serve the king. I will do my duty. Can I offer assistance?
Alright, we need to reclaim this,
As your
obviously.
lady. In defense of Oath One.
Okay. 5 turns until more spawns, huh? Oh, we've got
Of the king.
we've got a real easy go of it then. It'll probably be faster for us to just hold fast forward through all of the enemy turns and then manually look around to see if any Dark Elves are encroaching. It's theoretically possible for Hexoatl to send forces at us, but I think they're pretty busy. It's actually more likely that stuff would be coming up from the south. One of those vampire forces. I think we ought to be pretty good against a vampire army, though. Our greatest strength is our range advantage, and vampire armies actually have no ranged units. Nothing except casters. Honestly, having better range than everybody else is such a massive advantage. Even against other forces that have good ranged units.
I will hear your words, but I make no promises or aid.
Oh hey, what happened? I thought we were friends, man. I think our military actions against Nagarond points have been greatly reduced. I feel like we were way positive with these guys once upon a time, weren't we? Whatever. Hardly matters now. White Peak might legitimately be our only source of marble. Alright, Salvation Isles definitely doesn't need this growth building anymore.
Shield against the darkness.
Alright, Tyrion can start moving somewhere else. I'm gonna have Tyrion move toward Lothern.
Defender of the Acid.
Kiriella can become the Guardian of Gainvale. I mean, she should probably stay where she is for right now. So Kiriella likes horses, right? Oh, that's right. She just likes ranged units of all kinds. Well, let's grab her some Illyrian Reaver archers, which seem to be totally fine units. Okay, and then next turn, we'll have her ride out. Okay. Maybe it would be wise to put another lord up. Have I already done these this turn?
Son of Ulfric. Destruction.
Alright, we have to wait a second on another lord.
Smash it to ruins. Awaiting orders.
Alright. It's going to be an uneventful few turns. There's not really anything we can do about that. We should have somebody in the White Tower, we should have somebody in Ganvale, just because there's no way to know where the next set of units is going to spawn. It could theoretically be at any of the ritual points, and we want to be able to at least make an attempt at the defense of any of these places. We might want to take a look over at the Western continent, just get some kind of idea what's going on. A lot of stuff being simulated right now that is not, strictly speaking, relevant to the conclusion of this game. That was a pretty green face there from the spine of Sotek dwarves, though. We might, I want to check back in with them, see if they're up for trade yet. Man. Ambush defense chance up. You know, I don't know how many of these we have, but that's actually a thing that's very useful. Okay, another tech. Sure, faster cav, that's fine. Man, that's a big dragon.
The Asa are dangerous. Brave and true. Smash it to ruins.
Man, they're really going deep here. I do not think that this is going to turn out well for them.
Noblemen, there will be carnage.
Alright, so how are things going over here? Oh, it looks like Mung is making some serious progress. All the way down to Titan Peak. Exoatl has managed to maintain somehow. Really seems like the Dark Elves should have been able to figure that one out by now. Nope, the between turn screen was just lying to me about how much they care about me. That's a weird thing for it to do. Okay, so if we did bring on another lord, that would wipe out almost all of our income. I guess we'll hold. Because we certainly can't afford to run a whole army if we're going to lose that much income just to having the lord. We might want to use this right before the next spawn. See no reason not to, pretty much, is where that is coming from. Okay, so the Dark Elves do have a significant army on the shore closest to us, but it's not moving toward us or anything yet, so I'm not going to panic. So probably when there's 11 turns left, I'll pop that right. We might get some decent bonus XP out of our battles, although, honestly, I don't know that our mages really need more experience. Everyone except Tyrion's army is going to be done with battling after they do those final battles. Or the final ritual battles. And Tyrion's army, the mage doesn't need any more experience because he has all the meaningful skill points already. And the Dark Elves are still so powerful. Almost every other force in the world is showing us more powerful than they are, but the Dark Elves are still completely dwarfing our bar. They really put their mind to it. They might be able to wipe me out in a way that I would not be able to do anything about. Yes, see, it's showing them as extremely green to us. I wonder what it is that's causing that to display that way. Maybe I don't understand. I thought this was this faction's current relations toward you. Yeah. Oh, see, this one is the neutral orange, but it was like minus 22. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just broken.
We will endure.
We maybe should stop building so quickly. Oh, these walls definitely need to come back up, though. Yeah, and this is cheap. Same deal with White Peak. All right.
Lethal grace given form. You need me?
I'm going to have him sit in ambush stance just outside of Lothern. No, I'm not. I'm going to have him sit in normal stance just outside of Lothern. There's a pretty good chance that the intervention army will spawn on the far west or far east coast, since that, seems to be the way they've done it every other time. But at this point, we don't really need any of our cities to survive except for the ritual cities. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't really see any point in deploying defenders. Let's keep our defenders kind of in the middle where they can react to either side with equal speed. And stuff we lose is stuff we lose. I'm not really that concerned about it. We just need to hold the ritual cities and have Tyrion's army in good, healthy shape when our ritual hits its completion. Alright, I suspect that when we hit end turn next time, a lot of important stuff is going to happen. So this is probably going to be the last turn for this video. We'll do our management stuff here, and then we'll call it right before hitting end turn. And when you guys come back next time, probably a lot of things will happen in very quick succession. Wouldn't it be cool if they all spawned right outside Lothern and immediately fell into the ambush, though? Let's see here. We do have... Oh, we could hit Invocation of Vol instead. 5 armor for our good units, and Vol's hammer becomes available. And this will give us more casting ability. Yeah, let's do this one. I don't think either of them was strictly necessary. And what other stuff do we need to do? And White Peak is rebuilding as quickly as it can. It's just gonna... It's kind of out of time, unfortunately. Alright, a lot of black arcs, but the armies aren't really moving very much. And nothing crazy is coming up from the south. Whatever's happening with these vampires in this desert area, it seems like they're too busy to mess with us. Good news for me.
Asur princess.
I think I'm going to have her move to Evershale and stay there. I'd rather she not be in the open when we hit the ritual button, or when we hit the reinforcements. She's close enough that from here she can defend the choke point that leads to Gaian Vale. Yeah, that'll be good enough. Alright, well, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Come back next time. We might be on to some climactic action. And we'll see you then.